Welcome to the most sophisticated marketplace the world has ever known. This is the future. In this now economy, and that's how I refer to this marketplace, because a lot of people talk about the new economy. I'm not sure exactly what that means. But what I'm interested in is what's going on now. Now, what people love to talk about is what happened once upon a time, 10 years ago or 20 years ago when I really had it going on, right? You got all the great stories about when you knocked it out of the park and all that. Can I tell you, this marketplace doesn't care about that, right? What's going on now? How good are you now in this economy? So that's what I want to share with you guys over the next few minutes. I'm excited to be here to talk about, Tommy, can I get the next slide, please? A little tough for me to do in these. I want to talk to you about performance. Because, folks, this marketplace loves the show, right? They love performance. You've all heard about top performers. You've all paid to see the show to get in. And sometimes wished maybe you'd missed that show, right? But can I share with you guys here this morning that you all have the one secret ingredient that every show's got to have? How many of you guys been to Disney? Been to Disney? Go back? Right. One thing, folks, you are never going to see at the Disney show is Mickey standing out by the front gate. Hey, how you doing? Magic Kingdom, come on in. God. Believe this heat? Oh man, I'd like to have a little bit of that snow they're getting up north, right? Or maybe some of that really cool desert weather they're getting out in Scottsdale, Phoenix, right? You know, boy, I'm stuck here in Florida. Jeez. Can't wait for this week to be over. Brad, did you hear about that big sale? I lost a Goofy, man. Just, yeah, naturally. Folks, you are never going to see that kind of attitude in the show because you and the commitment to you is too strong. It's too important to allow your attitude to be let down even for a second. Did you guys realize there are parades going on at Disney at 3 in the morning? I mean, nobody there, right? You're still asleep. But they cannot risk that tomorrow morning, when you push through the front gates, someone doesn't know where to stand or what to say or what to do when the show opens. They will be ready. My question to you is, what does your show look like? Are you ready? Well, we hadn't had a parade at 3 in the morning lately, I'll tell you that, right? Folks, I love this marketplace. I love talking about personal development. I mean, that's one of the subjects that I love to talk about the most. Personal development is personal. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about performance today. Everybody recognize this guy, right? Elvis. I don't know if you're aware, but Elvis' business is still doing really well. Right? He's an absentee owner. So I know some of you guys are aspiring to get there. I'm telling you it's available. Right? But Elvis said, I don't know anything about music. In my line of work, you really don't have to. Some people think Elvis is in the music business or was in the music business. No, Elvis is in business still today. Folks, the performance part of business is huge. And when the marketplace finds out how well you do it, they will write you bigger checks. And that's what everybody says they want anyway. Folks, can I just be honest with you? I mean, this is a great looking group here. What I have to say today is not really all that important. I mean, I hate to just be brutally honest with you. You know, where's G? You're like, oh, gee. What I have to say is not really all that important. But in the next few minutes, what you think or how you feel or how you respond to something I have to say could be ultimately important in your show, how you do it every day. I'm not a guru or a know-it-all. I don't have all the answers. In fact, I'm still looking for all the questions. But the cool thing is, better questions I've found are where all the answers lie. That's where the treasure's buried, in better questions. Would you believe an organization like Starbucks, the juggernaut that it is worldwide in a global economy, started out with just a few simple questions that I won't be sharing with you today. Sorry to break that to you, but I'm saving all the good stuff for, no. Now I get to do a lot of these, and we do like something called Cool School. You might have seen in the bio there, which is a half day or 2 days of just thinking differently and using examples from the marketplace. And some people call it sales training. We don't do a lot of training per se. We do a lot of learning, right? That's what we want to be engaged in, because when we talk about Cool School, we say training is boring, but learning is cool. So when you can challenge an individual to want to be better individually, that is cool. And you'll see the results on your bottom line throughout your organization. Attitude goes up. They got their hands on, man. They're ready for the show. So better questions is where all the answers lie. Here's my first question to you guys today. If your business closed tomorrow, would anyone notice or care? Right? Just an innocent question. Would anybody care if Dave's not here tomorrow? Right? Well, you say, well, yeah, somebody would. Yeah, and when enough people care, how about this? What if Las Vegas or Disney or Starbucks or right on down the line, you fill in the blank, weren't here tomorrow? Would anybody notice? This means yes, you can do it. Yeah, absolutely. And that's exactly why it won't happen anytime soon, because their commitment is too strong. The marketplace is in love with the show that they're presenting every day. So that's cool. That's a question I have to ask me, and you have to ask you. If I weren't here tomorrow, would anybody notice or care? Because folks, let me just share this with you. Whatever you sell is boring, right? I'm just a messenger. Keith, banking is boring, right? Advertising's boring. Dave, sales training is boring. Brad, right? But guys, here's the key. Here's the magic. Whatever you sell is boring. Whatever I sell is boring unless you and I can do something to make it remarkable in the eyes of the customer. When that happens, it's magic in the marketplace. And I'll be reading about you in a magazine real soon. That's cool. Right? So it's up to us. It's not up to the marketplace. So many people want to make it all about that out there. I'm telling you, it's all about in here. It's all about inside organizations that commit to going someplace remarkable and instill that into their people. And magical things begin to happen. Now, there's a lot of questions out there. And again, we talk about asking better questions. This is a question I get a lot. How many of you would say you're in sales? Just let me see your hand. You generate revenue, right? Some of you guys are just here for the food. Okay, that's cool. But if you're interested in generating revenue in the marketplace, let me tell you, it's all about better questions. I get the how much question a lot. So let me use that as an example just for a second. How much? That's not good enough, is it? Right. I don't know what you're talking about, man. How much does it cost me to fill this cup? Now, that's a better question, but we're still not quite there, because then you would ask, with what? Yeah, right. You guys are good. You're warming up. I can feel it, right? How much does it cost to fill it up with, let's say, coffee? Now, when I leave my hotel room this morning, coffee's in my room. I can fill it up. It's just a part of my deal. It's a packed value, whatever. I'm expecting it to be there. At home, I can fill it up for just a few pennies because I buy coffee in bulk. I don't know about you guys, right? However, in the marketplace, if just somehow one or two little things could happen, now how much? Yeah, $8. Wow. 5, 4, you decide. See, the cool thing is you can pay as much as you want. Go back for seconds. It's all right. But I got to get a little of some of that syrup in there, and I got to call my own shot, you know. I got to have a little foam and a little, little whoop, and put me like a super tall lid on there so you can get all that stuff in there, right? They don't have this size cup, by the way. right? Several dollars more. And while, we laugh about that, let me just tell you, folks, there may only be one little thing that if you added to what you're doing right now, your revenues go up dramatically, radically. Now, when you're paying for it, you say, oh, yeah, Starbucks, man. Yeah, that stuff is expensive. I cannot believe you go there. I cannot believe you spend that kind of money. I like it. I like it. Here's my next question. What if you weren't buying the coffee, but you were selling the coffee? Now, how many of you like that idea? Right? Revenues just went up radically, dramatically. So, folks, I'm telling you, that's available to you. But a lot of people, they have a real problem with that. They think, oh, yeah, man, that's too high, that's too much. You guys recognize this place? Anybody know where that is? It's a couple nods. It's Venice, Italy, St. Mark's Square. If you've never been there, you should go. Because they put all these chairs out in front of the cafe, a little overflow there, because the cafe's kind of small. It's been there for, a few hundred years. But if you go there to Cafe Florian on St. Mark's Square, you'd be able to get your coffee there without the sleeve for about $15 US. And nobody is asking for their money back. Because the emotional experience is remarkable. It's unforgettable. What's your emotional experience like? Where you work, where you do business, where you welcome customers?